How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this video we have Armor Rush going up against the Baihumon deck that I've been trying out. So Armor Rush is still pretty solid. You know, people love Magnamon X. Looks like people are still playing mainly the blue base, but as I showed in the channel before, there definitely can exist a yellow base to work with. On the other hand, I'm testing out the Baihumon, trying to see if this can work as an anti-meta deck, because I do think Baihumon is a pretty cool Digimon. We're gonna go straight into a Warumonsamon, but unfortunately I don't have a good response, so we have to just pass, which is kinda sad. Jamming Beamon, gonna be doing jamming things. And he does have the Lightramon, gonna go into a regular Magnamon, get the restand, swing again. He could just Armor Purge and save himself. And can then pass the turn by either going into the Lightramon. Yeah, it's pretty hard to answer, right? Like, I'd have to punch it twice, and we just might not be able to do that. Popmon in the back is her 5th deck. I definitely like Tumblemon the best. I definitely want to tumble all the time. But you know, 5x is good. Popmon is okay. Plus 1000 DP on your turn is fine. It just, man, that Tumblemon puts in work. We're gonna swing over the Lightramon, but it looks like I don't have a rookie, and therefore just not a great way to pass a turn or answer the Beamon. So we have to hard drop a Grumble, which actually puts me in a pretty terrible spot, right? He can then go into a Flame Run and then swing over my level 5, which is super sad. Can then use the option to go to the Magnamon X, and we are in trouble. At least I'm able to pick up a Toagumon, but it does feel like the damage has been done. We have to go into a Megadramon, which actually can just pass turn. I think the idea is that we can maybe go into level 6 with blocker, and maybe that would be good enough. We're just taking so much damage here. We do get a Chikurimon in security. We're gonna let us de-digivolve the Magna X. Actually, it's gonna get digivolved twice. Pretty funny, you know, the Chikurimon is such a beast. And definitely one of the things that I liked about the Baihumon deck is, you know, any black base deck, Chikurimon is just so good. He's gonna swing again with another Magnamon and then Ice Wall to choke me to 1. So in this game we just took way too long to get set up, took too much chip damage from the jamming Beamons, and I just didn't have good answers to them, right? So it's actually gonna be the game. We're gonna be going into a game 2 here. See if this time it goes any better. I'm gonna be going second. I definitely like going second with a deck like this. He's gonna start with the jamming Beamon once again, which, you know, put in so much work. And then set up that dual tamer. Davidson does not search. Gonna go Chumon in the back. And then hard drop the Warumonsamon. Might be lacking that level 4. But Warumonsamon pretty good. Another Chikurimon security. This one can't actually do anything though. He has to go into a Flame Run, get in the restand. Does swing into a Memory Tamer. As you can see, our security is pretty good. We just have so much nice stuff that could be in there. Gonna then play the Davis to pass turn. So we do have enough memory to go into a level 6 potentially. Sorry about the glare there, but otherwise it should be pretty good. We can swing over the Flame Dramon and then have to try and answer the Beamon somehow. So Baihumon lets me restand himself, and then the Tamers, which can then punch over the Beamon. And then end of turn, we're going to trash 1 security. So a pretty good way to utilize the Baihumon there. You know, getting 2 swings out of it and trashing 1 security while just being a nice 13k body after it. This one sadly doesn't have block or anything like that. It is going to get Mega Death back to our hand. But you can see how Baihumon can be just a strong Digimon, right? Going to be hard dropping Megadramon. You know, the idea is that we have the Baihumon and we can just hard drop it if we need to. Use it to get some work. You can use the Lightramon to spend the Chumon and then swing right over it. And then gonna once again Mega Death me. The Mega Deaths definitely hurt there a lot. We don't really have a level 4, so we're forced to just once again hard drop the Megadramon. We are passing over quite a bit of memory, and in doing so we're actually taking quite a bit of damage, right? So scary situation. There's the Rocket, gonna swing for 2 checks, gets the Armor Purge. It does die, and we also get a Shademon for our trouble, which is actually amazing there. So Shademon is insane, especially with both the ties set up. It's gonna be a 6k blocker that can block twice. And that's gonna do a long way to, you know, handle that armor aggression. So pretty good there. We can also still go into the Baihumon, which is kind of nice. And we can use them to just be a big blocker and pressure by trash and security at the end of turn. So I think it's pretty solid. That Shademon there is super clutch for sure. We're actually gonna swing into security and then use the Supergun Punch to give it reboot and blocker. And end of turn we still get the trash. This time trashing a Mega Death from security. Now we have a 17k blocker that can essentially block twice because of the Tie Tamer. So I'd say we're in a pretty good spot. The Mega Deaths hurt so badly, But our security was definitely good enough that Shaman, you know, putting in some work. And then the Baihumon finally get to show off. I really like the Silver Gun Punch with the Baihumon. You know, he's base 13, so you're always gonna get all the effects no matter what. Gonna swing to get that card draw. We have the block. Then he's gonna swing the Magna. We could block and get the restand. I just, you know, way too many blocks, right? At this point, I just don't think he has an answer. Even if he has to Mega Death the Baihumon, it's just not gonna matter. We have so many bodies on the board for next turn, right? I don't think he just has a good answer to the Baihumon. Might just be looking at the Mega Death or thinking about it, you know, how much DP he can get. But our Baihumon is a 17k blocker, right? So even if he goes into the regular Magna and gets some extra DP, like, it's not gonna be enough to be 18,000. So that Baihumon, they're just putting in too much work. The double block with the tie, amazing as well. We have one security, but that might be all that we need. Thinking about, you know, what to do, how to proceed, if there's any way he could still win this game. We're gonna see what he's gonna go into. We do see he does have the Magnamon for the restand, obviously. And he is gonna do it, gaining quite a bit of DP. It's just not enough to be above 17,000. Gonna go to the Magna X to pass the turn. We can draw, promote our Sunrisamon, and then we could swing with the Baihumon and force him to block, but I'm actually just gonna flare it because it gets answered, and then at the end of the turn we still get the trash. After that, you know, he has one security and we have like 4 bodies, so he's gonna scoop, and that's gonna be the game 2. So it's a really good game to show how Baihumon works. You know, the restand effect is kind of nice. He's just a big body. We can give him blocker, which is pretty strong, and then the end of turn trash in, very strong. We're going first with a horrendous opener, gonna be hard dropping a Tankdramon. Our opponent also doesn't have the best opener though, so we could still potentially make a comeback. Gonna go into the Andromon. He has a blocker and give all the blockers plus 2k on the opponent's turn, which is kind of nice. Definitely, you know, both of us kind of just hard playing there. Gonna go Tumble, finally do pick up a rookie. And we can now just go into a Gankumon, and when Digivolve pop the Magnamon. Gonna swing into a Silver Punch, which goes to our hand, and then set up that Davis to guarantee the memory. The Flamedramon could be tough to deal with if we don't have a nice level 4 there to work with. We can punch over it and then use the Grumble to swing at it, so fighting for that board control. I feel like we're in a way better spot this time around. We both had an awkward start, right? And now we're gonna just set up our tie to ensure that we're not gonna get memory choked anymore. I do like the tie over the Issy. I made the change. I hate Issy, and like tie feels nice. The extra 1k actually matters so much, especially when we have so many blockers, right? Sunrisa in the back. Sunrisa is nice because, again, Baihumon is always base 13k, so when you get a stack with Sunrisa, it's always gonna have +1 security, which is pretty solid. Gonna go into a Megadramon, and then go into the Baihumon. You know, we essentially go into it for 3, and end of turn we start the trash. Now we have a big blocker, you know, I believe that one is 15k blocker. Gonna go into the flame to get the restand. He can keep swinging and chipping at my security. But as long as he has the tamers, right, like, our Baihumon should be trashing 1 security at the end of every turn, and then we can use the big bodies to just try and control the board, right? That's the idea. Flame could swing, get some solid damage while, you know, we don't have blockers. If he had some fire rockets, that would probably be pretty good. Like he does not. Gonna just swing at security, thinking about it. Might be looking to Mega Death one of our guys after, but having 2 big level 6 stacks is kind of nice. Makes us feel, you know, relatively safe, right? Mega Death is a big commitment, and we definitely have answers. Okay, at this point, I feel like we're pretty set up. The Baihumon has definitely done a lot of work, both control the board and chip into security, right? He's gonna swing at security, hit into a Twagumon, so nothing too bad there. Gonna use the option to go into the Magna X. But, you know, he's only 11, so we're not scared of it. He does have to Mega Death the Baihumon, so goodbye. But does pass over 5 memory. We still have Gankumon to work with. We promote the Sunrisa. So we could swing at security. He could block it, but he's only 11, or Genku is 12. If he does, he keeps the flame run. We have a lot of memory. So I'm going to swing at security, and he opts not to block there. Then after we can flare, we have 2 bodies on the board. He has 1 security, and that's actually going to be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Armor Rush against Baihumon. Thank you guys so much for watching.